What is up, guys? Welcome back to the fitness vlog, and this episode, I guess, is going to be the week 1 summary. Basically, obviously summarising, funny enough, how I've got on with this first week of training. So let's get into it. So first of all, really, I guess timings. How's this kind of fitted in with my daily life? And how have I found that? So far it's been pretty good, to be honest. I've been able to fit it into everything. The time frames really for each workout aren't that long. Well, they vary from kind of 45 minutes to an hour and a half, depending on what day. So like the shortest days are when I just do the morning routine and one of the TRX workouts. So it's about 45 minutes total, and then the longest one is obviously when I do a TRX, the morning routine, a TRX, and the free weights workout. So, and that one's about an hour and a half. But in terms of, I guess, struggling and motivation wise, actually this week's been pretty good. There was one day in particular where it was a bit of a struggle, and just from having to do stuff in the morning, I left it till late morning, midday, and that was just a little bit of a like, oh, do I really have to? But actually once I got into it, I was pumped up, music was on, and going hard, and just enjoyed it really, actually, in the end. So it wasn't too bad. What about the body and the muscles? So obviously from working out pretty much every single day, as you can imagine, there's a little bit of probably stress on the body to a degree, but actually, touch wood, it's been holding up. I haven't really had any aches or pains or any sores yet. Maybe partly that's due to the TRX, because obviously you're only really using your own body weight. So you're not really pushing it too much, and maybe giving me enough time between the free weights. Although again, with the free weights, I'm not really focusing on trying to build muscle and doing small reps or low reps of high weights. I'm really just trying to do high reps of kind of medium-sized weights. But what's kind of been nice as well is actually my body's already kind of started to acclimatise to those weights, and I've actually seen my repetitions go up through the week for the same exercises. So actually going forward, I'm going to keep a close eye on that, and if the repetitions do go up, then I will increase the weight. And obviously with this whole cut, the idea is not really to gain muscle, because you can't, because there's always going to be a calorie deficit. So obviously if you have the deficit, how are you going to put muscle on? You can't. You're going to take muscle or fat away. So yeah, it's not really to build muscle and get strength, but if I can maintain my strength at least, and that's really what the free weights are for, as well as probably being one of the most favourite things that I enjoy. I enjoy weights over cardio any day, probably like a lot of people. But yeah, so body's holding up. Again, we'll see how it continues to go. Fingers crossed there will be no strains or sores. I've been trying to get enough sleep as well. 7 hours for me at the moment seems like the optimum amount of time to obviously allow body to recover. So yeah, so that's been good. So yeah, that's been good. So next, I guess, is food. I've been trying to clean eat, I guess, pretty much all week. So that's no real refined sugar in the form of sweets, cakes, biscuits, all those delicious things that everyone wants and that you always want. And in my household, it's always a struggle because they're always there. My mum is a very, very good professional chef, and so there's always food like that around, which is a bit of a struggle to say the least. But at the moment, my willpower has been pretty strong. I'm not gonna lie, it's faltered once, maybe twice this week. But again, going forward, I want to try and cut it out as much as possible. Also, I guess I've kind of been intermittently fasting, if that's right. Not really actually intentionally, but by the time I wake up and work out and have done some work, it actually gets to kind of 10, 11ish, and I actually haven't eaten. And then really I don't eat after 8 o'clock, very rarely. So actually the time period that I'm eating within is pretty much 8-9 hours, which is considered in that intermittent fasting. So that might be beneficial. I'm not really sure. It's not something I'm really focusing on. I'm just trying to eat relatively small meals across the time that I do eat, and snacking healthily, if anything, like a small little bowl of nuts, actually just some dried peanuts and cashews, not salted or roasted, even though they taste so good, but I'm trying to be good, and a little bit of fruit, and just having really a balanced diet, not too many carbs either. So going forward, obviously this week has really just been a week for me to try and acclimatise to, in terms of everything from diet to the workouts. And now really is, again, we're essentially 1/6 of the way there. It's pretty good to actually think that already that's been achieved. But going forward, I want to try and be able to, I guess, track my goals, gains, whatever you want to call them. So actually I've just bought recently something in here, nice decorative packaging from Amazon as Christmas season approaches, but inside here is actually a set of smart scales. In all honesty, one of the cheapest ones, because I don't know what they're like or how the accuracy is going to be on them, but I've really just bought these to try and, like I said, track kind of the gains or the losses that I make. It measures, I think, not sure, 12, 13 variables. So obviously just like standard weight, body fat, although I doubt that's going to be accurate at all, or it might just be lower half. And obviously a variety of other things, like I said, and really it's just to kind of get values that I can then compare over the time that I do this cut. So I'm not really fussed about the actual figure or the number, but more about the change over those weeks. And really from looking at that change over those weeks, hopefully I can then really see how and if this program, this 6-week program or 5 weeks from now, has been beneficial, and in terms of what I've kind of lost. And look, whether that's actual weight or body fat in terms of that percentage, I'm also going to be trying to measure inches around, say, like arms, waist, chest, legs, to see as well if that alters, again, once a week, pretty much every Sunday. And also hopefully I can use it as motivation, because if I can see that actually that I have been losing something from these different variables, then actually that will hopefully spur me on to continue and to push hard when it probably gets a little bit tricky a couple of weeks down the line. Also got this week was this barbell cushion. I might do a little brief review video, not really that much to review on this, but it's pretty useful, pretty cheap, so I might share that with you guys going forward. Also up there you might see there is a new board, I guess, notice board. Yes, it has got Red Bull on it. No, I'm not sponsored by Red Bull. I wish I was. Red Bull, if you're watching, this subscriber with zeros, actually I think I have 1 subscriber, woo, family member, and no views, then feel free to hit me up for some amazing sponsorship opportunities with the audience that I can reach. But yeah, no, that's basically going to be used to probably track actually some of the weight variables from the smart scales. So hopefully you'll see that being filled up in the next videos. And that's pretty much it for this week. Super pumped, glad and impressed actually myself that I've kind of done this and how I'm feeling. So yeah, so thanks for watching, if you even are. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. It will mean so much to my confidence and my self-esteem. And please subscribe. No, I'm not fussed, but if you like it, do it. And I guess I'll catch you in the next video, which I think is going to be a midweek one, possibly on a more in-depth look at the routines and exercises that I'm doing. Cool. Thanks for watching if you are, and look out for the next video.